Ooh. 4 minutos y empezamos directo. Ahora sí que se me oye. Que no tenía bien enchufado el micrófono. ¡Hola, Dream Moon! Ya en breves comenzamos este directo de hoy. Y la verdad es que no sé con qué voy a hacer. No sé si continuar con la historia. Me parece que hay un evento ahora mismo. Acaba de empezar, creo. En el que creo que puedo participar. Me parece que lo han puesto para... si tienes rango de aventura 20, creo que puedes participar ya y tal. Entonces no sé si ir al evento o el evento hacerlo por mi cuenta o continuar con la historia. No sé, ya veremos. Primero a ver si me deja hacer el evento. Y si me deja, pues ya vemos a ver qué hacemos. Evento, venga, pues nada, evento, venga. Además hoy estamos con los cofrecitos, que hoy los cofres sí que, bueno, las cartitas que salen sí que van a servir para este directo. Ya la grabación que tengo de Genshin. Casi cotillo sin hacerme spoilers. Pues tampoco te has comido tanto spoiler, hombre. Solo un poquito.
'Work hard and live each day to the fullest.' That is what life in Mondstadt is all about, isn't it?
There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
Solo queda un minutito. ¿Alguien ha dicho error ahora mismo? What the fuck?
Haven't you heard?
30 segunditos. ¡Qué nervios! Sobre todo que nervios por las putadas que me podéis hacer con las de las cartas. Tengo miedo. Ya, vamos cambiando. Y vamos arrancando. Buenas tardes, señorita Core. ¿Cómo andamos? Bueno, vamos a ver. Vamos a ir revisando esto. Vale, este es el evento que decía. Paimon tiene una idea rara. Joder, es que raro que Paimon tenga ideas raras. Y te arrastra a la tienda de alquimia de Mondstadt para buscar respuestas. Creo que no podré estar mucho por aquí, pero te dejaré la view. Venga, a ver, no pasa nada. O sea, sean 5 minutos, sea todo el rato, siempre es de agradecer. Participa en el evento y puedes obtener las 7 recompensas. Vale, pero antes de esto vamos a revisar todo un poco bien. Encuentros. ¿Esto de encuentros qué es? Saben, hace mucho tiempo el primer encuentro con alguien, la mejor manera de conocer a una persona es pasar un tiempo con ella. Bueno, nada, Vale, este no lo puedo hacer.
Hello, nice to meet
Esto nada. Ah, mira, pues ya que estamos, antes de nada, voy a hacer la prueba de personajes. Vamos a empezar con Albedo. ¡Ya puede multi! Venga, perfecto. Ya no podemos juntar los tres. A ver, Albedo puede proporcionar un gran apoyo al equipo. Vale, su habilidad elemental crea una isotoma solar en el suelo. Mantén pulsado para determinar el lugar donde se creará la isotoma. Cuando un personaje está encima del isotoma, está creada una plataforma cristalizada que lo eleva. Cuando el personaje ataca a los enemigos en el área del isotoma, se produce una flor fugaz. Hostia puta. A ver, si es daño geo. Bueno, nada. A ver, este va a espada. Uy, me gusta que vaya espadita. Qué chulo el efecto de ese, ¿no? Está guapo. Vamos a probar el personajillo este.
Feel this ancient power. Burst forth. Come into being.
Not bad. Bueno, está chulo el albedo este. Venga. Personaje probado. Esto lo podéis hacer vosotras también, lo de probar los personajes. Además dan recompensas. De hecho, por probar este el albedo me dan 20 protogemas, 3 cecilias y 3 pergamino guía. No está mal. Luego tenemos otros personajes para ir probando. Eula, hostia. No conozco ninguno de estos. Creo que estos son de la nueva versión que han metido. ¿Esta será la espada de 2 manos o qué? ¿O cómo va? Bueno. Vale, sí, va espada de 2 manos. Vale, pues vamos allá a probar.
Liyue, come a little closer.
Shut up. Blood of frost. Beg for mercy.
Muchas gracias por pasarte, Goren.
Crush. Beg for mercy.
Esto es básicamente zurrar y ya está.
Beg for mercy. Vengeance will be mine.
El efecto mola. Curioso el personaje este. No me atrae demasiado, pero bueno. El siguiente, hombre, el gran Bennett. Este está chulo. Este está gracioso para manejar. De hecho, creo que debería... Creo que debo de mantener la E. Ahí. Ya decía yo, digo, joder, recordaba que lo de Bennett era un poco mejor el ataque. Hay que irlo manteniendo. Y ahí mete bien. ¡Hala! ¡Fuera! Y ahora solamente queda un personaje más por probar. Casi ya, mira, me lo quito. me hago así con algunos materiales, siempre viene bien. Oye, ya esta ya la conozco. A Rosalía la conozco bien. Ya es contra bichos eléctricos, así que vamos. Muchísimo mejor. ¿Cómo que es trampa? No, no es trampa. Juego con la información. Yo tengo cierta información y con esa información juego. Buah, esto me va a costar un huevo romperle el... La rompete y ya está roto. ¡Hala! Completed. Ya están los 4 personajes hechos, así que ahora vamos ya directos a por el evento. A ver qué pasa con el evento. Aunque antes, lo que voy a hacer también va a ser curar a Rosalía. La tengo un poco y... Ya está. Comidas. Sí, uno más. ¡Hala! ¡Cura! Vale, el pase de batalla. ¡Ay! Ah, vale, que lo puedo saltar. No sé por qué siempre ponen la cinemática esa en cuanto estás con el pase de batalla. Es innecesario por completo. Aquí tenemos ahora el nuevo banner. Ah, tenemos 2 banners de personaje. Tenemos aquí a Rosalía. Rosalía me interesaría para ir sacando sus estos. Ah, tenemos a Rosalía en los 2. Vale, o sea, son... El personaje 5 estrellas es lo que cambia. Vale, Dream Moon. El personaje principal es el que cambia, pero los secundarios, digamos, no cambian. Vale, eso es lo mismo. Y luego tenemos aquí esto. Juramiento por la libertad. Una reunión, una parte del gran concierto. Esto puede ocurrir cuando el personaje lleva cosas. Me gusta esta. Es que esta es un arma de 2 manos, ¿no? La espada es un mandoble, nada. Prefiero juramento por la libertad. Vale, empecemos el evento. Ya que me dejan hacerlo. A ver. Princeps Cretaceus. Completa el informe de investigación de... Ah, no me digas que no voy a poder. Ah, no, vale. O sea, supongo... Vale, será la misión que necesito para desbloquearlo y ya está. Vista en jefe de los caballeros de Favonius. Dedica todos sus esfuerzos a explorar los secretos del mundo y la vida que habita en él. Los infinitos horizontes del conocimiento no se limitan a Teyvat, pero incluso los mejores investigadores de las 7 naciones luchan por recolectar muestras de vida de otros lugares, como referencia. Quizás aquella persona que viene más allá de los cielos es el sujeto ideal para la investigación. Aquí nos vamos a comer una de spoilers, me parece. Tremenduscas. Pero bueno, ir a la misión. El alquimista del que todo el mundo habla, lo tengo aquí al lado, ¿sabes? Venga, vamos para allá. ¡Uy! Pero tú no eres el alquimista que yo conozco.
Looks like Timaeus isn't here today. Customers? Oh, pardon me. Are you looking for Timaeus? No. Just strange for him to not be around. Paimon always sees him standing. I see. He was called away by Albedo a little while ago. I was called over to attend to the store. I'm Sucrose, Albedo's assistant. If you have any alchemy-related queries, you could always ask me. I do my best to help.
Ay. De nuevo, pero con confianza.
Actually, I'm not very good at this kind of thing. My apologies. I don't get out too often. I'm usually in the laboratory where there aren't many others to talk to. If you need any help, just call my name. If not, I'll be reading a book.
Bueno,
Over there. Thanks. No worries. We're all clued up on the basics of alchemy, aren't we?
sí, apenas lo utiliza lo de la alquimia, pero sí, sí, sí. Familiaridad estoy. Juntas cosas y haces cosas. No me falta comenzarse.
Aren't you the legendary traveler? The one who repelled Storm Terror?
El legendario es un poco exagerado. La verdad.
I've heard so many stories about you. Always wanted an opportunity to research you up close.
Mal rollo.
What do you mean, research? Sorry, don't mind me. What am I saying? Still, you'd definitely be able to help Albedo. It is you, after all.
Vale, creo que me acabo de comer un spoiler de 3 pares de cojones. ¿Cómo que...? Vale.
There's that name again, Albedo. Is he also an alchemist in Mondstadt?
Que escucháis hablar de ese nombre, o sea, yo al menos no.
Albedo is the Knights of Favonia's chief alchemist. He's also Timaeus and my teacher.
Oh, chulo.
But Paimon's only ever seen Timaeus teaching alchemy. So that means Albedo is a teacher? Yes. He's dedicated himself to investigating the truth of this world, and has made many an important breakthrough. We often get alchemists coming to Mondstadt from all over Teyvat, seeking his help. They say that the subtlest of guidance from Mr. Albedo helps him to solve the most unfathomable of problems.
Bueno, parece que el señor Albedo este es importante.
Wow! Paimon didn't know he was such a big deal. Still, it seems that he's encountered a problem in his research recently. Every time I see him, he has a concerned look on his face.
Mis conocimientos de alquimia son básicos, tan básicos como que apenas lo utiliza. O sea,
I'm sure that Albedo would love to
sé
hear
más
more
la
about
teoría que
his
otra
books.
cosa.
I know it would bring him lots of new inspiration. Albedo is a true gentleman. He'll be sure to pay you back in equal measure for helping him out.
Puede hacer a Paimon no, a Paimon no, que no me la haga más fuerte, que es la comida de emergencia, por Dios. Como la haga más fuerte, igual luego no me la puedo comer. Que me haga más fuerte a mí.
I don't see why not. Testing the limits of living beings' capabilities is one of Albedo's areas of research, after all.
Oh, interesante.
Albedo and Timaeus will be conducting research in the mountains right now. I'd love to take you both to see him, but somebody
Ay,
has to
va
attend to
a
the
ser
start.
en la montaña esta de Espina de Dragón, ¿no? Joder, cómo odio ese sitio.
I'm afraid you'll have to go to the entrance to the pass and look for him by yourselves. Look out for a refined gentleman with the presence of a true scholar. And... sorry. That's the best I can do. You'll have to do your best.
Pues nada,
Hey, stop worrying. We got...
vamos para ello, a Espina de Dragón, ¿no? Supongo.
Sucrose is a whole lot less nervous once she gets talking about alchemy and research, huh? Is that what all researchers are like? Anyway,
¿A dónde que? A Espina de Dragón. Cago en la leche. ¡Agua en la leche! El maestro aquí, en la entrada, tengo ese Anemoculus ahí arriba, que de momento no sé cómo cogerlo. A ver, que podría coger, salir volando de ahí, de arriba del todo, e intentar pillarlo, pero de momento no tengo ganas de hacerlo. Bueno, vamos a ver. Aquí nos encontramos aquí en la entrada.
On top of that mountain.
Uy, creo que me voy a encontrar conmigo mismo. Hostia.
Sister Rosaria! So here you are! Choir practice is about to...
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important matters to attend to.
Madre mía.
Oh, but this event has commemorative significance. The church hopes that all sisters will be present.
Hopes? That's odd, because I don't recall a fulfill the hopes of others clause in my job description.
Joder.
I mean, sure, but...
But what? You're the event organizer, aren't you? Do you not find it the least bit odd?
What do you mean?
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Even if you set out right now, I'll wager you'd still miss the opening ceremony. Who knows? Maybe this is someone's grand plan to make a fool out of you.
Huh? Well, that can't be. People aren't like that.
Qué inocente eres. Bárbara, de verdad.
Evidence decides what people are like, not your feelings. Maybe you're a little too trusting of other people.
Pues sí.
Don't fret. Nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. I can't imagine anyone else was delusional enough to think I was gonna show up. But if you dally
La mujer de
any
hielo,
longer, you
Nunca
really
mejor
won't
dicho.
make it.
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've got to get going.
Seems like that sister's an expert in making people believe anything she wants.
Ya tengo mi equipo.
I thought
La
I heard
conocemos.
something. Who are you and why are you eavesdropping?
We'd better watch out. She seems
You
like a
better
dangerous
watch out. You
villain.
better
Or
watch
a
out.
trickster at best.
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long-standing Favonius Church. You're an eavesdropping pixie from who knows where. And you think I'm the trickster?
Wait, she heard that? Paimon was whispering so quietly.
Paimon, no tienes modo de voz baja. Eso no lo tienes.
And as for this outlander you seem to be following... Huh. So it's you. The honorary knight that saved us from Storm Terror. Well then, given your status, I won't press you on your reasons for eavesdropping.
Ah, qué bien, oye. Lo de separar a la gente parece que ayuda para hacer cosas malvadas.
Otherwise, depending on your answer, I could have arrested you on the spot.
No estamos en Mondstadt, así que eso no. Estamos fuera de la jurisdicción.
Do the Sisters of Mondstadt have the authority to arrest people now?
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we? Why shouldn't sisters have a sense of justice?
Pero no estamos en Mondstadt, así que estamos en Espina Dragón.
That doesn't sound right. But Paimon can't think of a good comeback.
Paimon, ¿si poder responder a alguien? Imposible.
Let's talk about you. What are you doing in the mountains?
Vamos a decir la verdad, tengo que buscarte al
If it's him
dedo.
you're after, I made a point of noting his tracks. Many people have made their way up after the snowstorm. Let's hope...
So, are you also looking for him?
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. Never hurts to be vigilant.
O sea, es un hábito de tu oficio el perseguir a la gente. Pareces
I
una
couldn't care
detective.
what you think. Come on then.
Es Batman.
What he's up to anyway.
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the tracks. They should show up pretty clearly with elemental sight.
Mierda, voy y caigo al agua. A ver.
One taste of my I got carried. I got carried.
You can't run!
O sea, recuperamos un poquito y continuamos. A ver a dónde me llevan las marcas elementales.
You know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Yeah?
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
Eso ya sí que es pensar demasiado mal de la pobre Paimon, de verdad.
For example.
Pobrecilla. Cabrón.
You can't run. Lights out. Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered. Judgment.
Madre mía, este sí que va a ser... este transporte, de verdad. Au. Madre mía, qué pesadito eres. Hala, ya está. A pegar. Madre mía, qué pesado. Esperemos. Vale. Sigamos por aquí. No sé, más tampoco hace falta.
It's getting colder and colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
Me? I'm all right. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Huh? Seems like there's more to being a sister in the Favonius Church than Paimon realized.
Que más tampoco hace falta lo de la visión elemental. Si es que están las huellas aquí. Si están aquí las huellas, es que se ven claramente. Venga, vamos a seguir utilizándolo, venga. Ahora para abajo. Uy, hola. Anda, si es pintor.
Is that Albedo? Why would he hang around a place like this?
The word on the street is he loves painting. He'll hang around anywhere for a good landscape. The views and scenery here are pretty good. Potential...
But can't he see those hilly churros?
Vaya, unos siricools
You startled them.
nos están atacando.
Enough talk. Let's take them out of the picture first.
Who are you? Why did you alarm them? Thank the gods I'd already completed my painting. Would have been
O
ashamed
sea,
to leave this
estaba
picture
dibujando
for
los
hilly trails
siricools, claro que
unfinished.
sí.
What's up with painting hilly churros? What makes them so...
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my painting, it may give you a clue.
No.
Wow. Look at the detail. But some of it seems to have been done in a hurry.
You can find these hilly churls anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. Not worth clue. But take a look at this specimen. The build, the coat, and there's a distinct force at work here. In the cyclical lives of such primitive communities, such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work. Evolution, the transition from nothing into existence, from the known to the
Hold your
mía.
horses. Ugh, something tells me we're in for a thesis and I haven't got the stamina. We found your man. I'm headed back.
Hala, hasta luego. Que vaya bien.
What? Don't you have any questions for him? Hey! Ugh, what a weirdo.
Y lo hice helada con la...
So Sister Rosaria brought you. Surprising. And I didn't have time to thank her. But back to the point. From her words, it seems that you were looking for me?
We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose. She said you were stuck with your research.
I see. So Sucrose sent you here. Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the honorary knight. You've got the... I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during Storm Terror's attack, your elemental control, and quite a few other mysterious things. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. You came from afar. From another world.
Acertado. Hay que decir lo que ha
If I could
acertado.
procure your assistance, I think my research would benefit enormously. Forgive me. This must be confusing. Where should I begin?
Whoa, whoa. You want to start with that?
You're right. Giving a demonstration would be, for example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
Oh, buen truco de magia.
You can do that?
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. The method I'm talking about it's like you, in that it hails from another world. Helping it to grow, to bloom. That's the problem my research is up against.
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure we're gonna be much assistance.
I beg to differ. I'm unable to comprehend the intricacies of life outside of the known world. But you're not from the known world. By observing and researching you,
¿Por qué no investigas a Paimon? Que igual es un poco más curiosa de...
Shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
¿Y yo qué gano?
Knowledge, and the answer to the question you are seeking. It happens to be an answer that I can provide. Time for a change of surroundings. We should be going.
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off.
¿Celosa o qué?
Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk to Mondstadt?
Vale. Vale, ya te lo tiras para arriba. Estoy en la famosa montaña que tanto os gusta. Ahora puedo subir a pata. Claro, recuperar el frío. Voy a subir a pata. Si está aquí al lado.
Shine down.
Tum. Además, esta montaña, al menos cuando estás en niveles bajos, el nivel mínimo que tiene esta montaña creo que es el nivel 30, si no me acuerdo mal.
Paimon has a question. After the seed sprouts, will it grow into anything?
I don't know, but I feel the importance will lie in the method, not the endpoint. Using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would constitute a big leap in my understanding of the essence of life. After awakening, even creation may be possible. Still a little difficult to understand?
No, Paimon's got a brain. But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more interesting than whatever it was you were saying?
Se ha enterado muy bien de qué va la película.
Well, if it turns out to be a delicious fruit, dinner's on me.
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Te diste cuenta de las intenciones ocultas de Paimon.
Let's just say I occasionally have to look after a child. Another lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. I suppose it's one of the few The subject of my first research was the elements. In this world, manipulating the elements requires a vision. Though I can't see anything resembling one on your person.
Oopsie.
How you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something I'd like to ascertain. I've got a few questions in that. Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? Or a fourth stomach? Things of that nature.
Nope.
Fascinating. And this floating child is connected to your body in some...
What a stupid question. And another thing, it's Paimon, not floating child.
Comida de emergencia. Ese es el mejor nombre, comida de emergencia.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force connecting you.
Pescar Paimon con una caña de pescar.
Oh, that rules out that possibility. I wonder, did Paimon guide the elemental power to you? But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick, or cause the waterfall south of Springville to flow backwards.
A Paimon le está costando pillar esto.
No, that definitely can't be it.
Hey, how would you know anyway?
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the composition of your body and that. Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in the research, it seems that only experimentation will yield the. Firstly, this mysterious elemental power. I'd like to examine exactly how it manifests externally. Let me lure a few slimes to the area. Perhaps you'd be able to.
Huh? Doesn't seem very sciencey.
Direct and clear observation are imperative to a good experiment. This is just naturally, if you require a greater challenge, we could be
No.
6 Oceanids.
O sea, nunca he sido capaz de derrotar a una oceánida de estas. No me traigas 6, por favor.
Slimes are fine.
Siempre y cuando no me ataquen bestias hidromiméticas. Venga, vamos con
Prepare
ello.
yourself. The slimes will be here any moment.
Bien. Slimes. Ay, son de hielo.
No one escapes my sight. There is no escape. Inazuma shines eternal.
¿Qué ha pasado?
Illusion shattered. There is no escape. Shine down.
¿Está? Va.
Great work. Did you feel anything out of the ordinary?
Pues no, si los slimes me los cargo todos los días.
I have a few emergency potions ready. Excellent. According to my observations, the manifestation of the external elemental flow is as expected. Elemental reactions are normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary. Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting normally, let's test the internal flow.
No me vas a abrir en canal, ¿verdad? Como si fuera una rana.
It's very simple. I can use alchemy to create a potion that will extract elemental power. If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body, this potion may elicit an elemental
Era un
reaction.
torbellino en mi estómago.
It's kinda terrible.
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some temporary queasiness. No bodily injury.
And in the abnormal
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary preparations. Well, it's not that there aren't any risks involved, but if there is anything blocking, just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs for any other reason, that's a bad sign.
Con una revisión
Yes,
médica.
that's an excellent way to think about it. Before we get started, the potion we'll use for the test, it's a type of ore known as star silver, but unfortunately not all of it is suitable. I'll
Au.
take you to my campsite. We can gather some star silver ore on the way. All going to plan. We should be able.
Paimon's still got a few safety concerns, but let's keep our eyes open.
De frío no me va tan mal. Vale.
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes.
Toma, un logro.
There is no escape.
this one. Usable with a bit of polish.
You can't run.
¡A tope! Esto no más, pero muy un poco jodido con el tema del frío. Ah, no calor, ya de paso. Pillo el catalizador de aquí y ya está.
This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
Paso el cofre. El mismo paso el cofre. Vale, creo que ya sé dónde me está llevando este muchacho.
This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction. While we are waiting, have a look over here.
A ver que nos enseña el señor Albedo.
My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research. I'm guessing you may have...
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already up on the board there.
Whoa! Look at all the data! You got all these results from one slime battle?
I wouldn't call them results, inferences, and a few daring I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the slimes.
¿Eso es lo más racional?
Consider, you don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. The slimes don't have visions either, yet they too are able to manipulate the elements.
Tiene sentido, vale.
Following this line of thought, I'm sure we'll be able to establish...
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. In other words, beings consisting in a cryoregis vine, or even a whopperflower might be a better analogy. But tracing back the phylogenetic relationships between plants and animals, you might... In that sense, things might get difficult.
Yes, sir. That sounds...
After all, we've got our primary data already. If it turned out that she did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world.
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data. Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more. I'll be conducting analysis here for the time being. If you're keen for an update, just come and find...
Great, I'll leave you to it.
Muy bien. Ya, a ver, dame evento ya.
Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first. In line with my expectations. Ready to drink.
¿Pero sabe bien
Remember
o...?
to keep calm at all times. And breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
Pues a ver la poción. Siempre me olvido dónde alguien lo mete. Una poción elaborada por Albedo mediante la alquimia. Presenta un color muy particular. Según Albedo, el resultado fue tal como esperaba, así que puede beberse sin problemas. Ya veremos. Ah, ¿qué pasa?
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face.
Un
You
poco.
said you tried some already. You sure it was ready? What's happened to...
Oh, this was the result I was expecting. And a very positive one at that. This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, a repelling reaction but if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience momentary discomfort. Once the flow is complete, there...
So you knew you'd be sick and still drank some?
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig.
Para sentir empatía con tu sujeto de prueba, sí,
But
sí.
of course, you're my assistant. By all sense and reason, it would be wrong of me to place that risk onto you. In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion. As far as elemental energy is concerned, you're no different from anyone else in this world.
Aw, Paimon wanted want something cooler to happen.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. Peculiar results have a tendency to be of the undesirable variety. The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object of reference, and everyone understands you. People are the same. They can understand, empathize, encourage, and support one another. When you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you because they are you. When something goes wrong, you can ask people who've made the same mistake for their experience. But a peculiar person, they don't have much recourse for the things we take for granted. The essence of their... For example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregisvine or an eye of the storm. Have I explained it clearly? To sum up, this has been a positive outcome. Going forward, you can use your Timaeus. The results of the new experiment are out. If...
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. You gave me a lot to consider. Really stretched my limits. I'm thinking having you down as an animal wasn't very precise of me. But starting with the premise of an elemental life form?
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry. Whatever the truth of the matter, I'd like your research at the fore as opposed to my judgment.
You can count on me, sir. I'll extract a result
Is he trying to join the Knights? He's starting to sound like a suck-up.
Creo que la frase original no cuadra con lo que está en texto.
What Paimon meant to say was, that's the spirit?
Before we can proceed with our research, I need to... If you're interested, why not have a look around? It may help to pass the time.
Vale. Cositas para ver, cositas para ver. A ver, la mesa. Parece la mesa de trabajo de un alquimista. Encima de ella hay pociones e instrumentos. ¿Serán los utensilios de investigación de Albedo? Probablemente. Supongo que no pasa nada si los tocamos. ¿O sí? ¡Explosión! Oh, no explota. Ah, me parece que me lleva algo. Trigo, para mí. Tablón. Hay unas notas adheridas al tablón con información muy complicada de entender. Sin embargo, se puede observar que ha habido cierto progreso en los experimentos. Muy bien. Ahí tenemos un estante repleto de libros y frascos. Quien sea que lo use tiene la costumbre de leer mientras investiga pociones. Vale. Albedo. Espera, quería coger un piñón.
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting? Not to worry. They're all for alchemical purposes. Well, on with the research. There may be significant differences between different worlds. Take Tevat, for example. Here, those with visions can manipulate the elements. But worlds may well exist where only one person is able to do so. So, leaving elements to one side. I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, time for the next experiment.
No.
You shan't be required to Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it.
Ok. Paimon, inténtalo tú.
Paimon knows how to do that.
That was your best effort? Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I don't mean for cooking as such. Rather, channeling. I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with proliferation. I suppose I have a curiosity for anyway. Why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat? I've just finished preparing the recipe.
Cooking? Paimon was looking...
Not only is this recipe a staple for me, it's also worth...
Paimon bets you're just hungry. It does sound yummy, though. Okay, Paimon approves. Good buddies are always on the...
I'll leave you
Ahora son good buddies, venga.
Looking forward to the results. If there's anything left over, maybe Timaeus can...
Paimon doesn't think we'll have that problem. How are we gonna channel out?
Vale, vamos a ver. La receta. Pescado salteado con mantequilla.
Where does he get these ideas from anyway?
A ver, ¿puedo hacerlo? Pues parece que no. Ah, me falta maldita sal, en serio. ¿No habrá por algún casual algo de esa por aquí? No. Cago en la leche, me tengo que ir de compras. Piri, piri. Esa que no la podía comprar de aquí. Coño, Timaeus, qué rápido te mueves, ¿no, muchacho? Joder. A ver, dame un poquito de sal, anda. Ya, esta vez te compro todo. La sal nunca sobra. Y regresamos.
We should keep moving, but watch your step in the snow.
Ahora sí puedo hacerlo. Da igual, ya lo tengo hecho. Así que a
That was
dárselo.
fast. An average outcome experimentally, but as far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Unless... Could it be that the...
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food. It's a little more complicated than
Not to worry. At least we put some food to good use. No need to... And here's your portion. Enjoy. I can box it up if you like.
Ya que tenía hambre y ya está.
Oh, thanks. Glad you were paying attention.
Es la nueva persona favorita de Paimon.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety. Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things had gone wrong.
Hey, you were being nice a sec, but you do have tasty recipes, so Paimon forgives you. And you
Ay,
have
madre,
very
Paimon,
good
por
friends.
Dios.
You have good friends too, right? Good student.
Yes. I'm fortunate too, I suppose. There are all manner of alchemical items here. Keeping them in their proper place is a challenge at the best of times. A while ago, I managed to retrieve the majority, but 2 vials have been evading me. Animal crystal fly elemental extract, and...
Paimon's barely finished eating, and you want us to go...
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to replace them anyway. If you had, say, superpower, like night vision or vibratory sensing, I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you were looking just now.
So, guess we'd better take a look.
Pues nada.
You could use...
Hala, a buscar cositas por ahí. Ahí he encontrado una.
This must be electrohypostasis powder.
Y la otra está ahí abajo.
The extract of an animo crystal fly can only be animo elemental.
Goodness. I'm wondering, this elemental site,
Yep, guess it does sort of...
unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, only a never-before-seen otherworldly power would be of benefit to my...
You mean, we failed at...
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. I have to commend your deduction that the items would contain Right then.
Si uno es de animo y el
Our
otro es de
research has
electro.
focused on your otherworldly identity. Our research on your identity as one of us is just beginning. In essence, the differences between humans are reflected in our intellectual and physical capabilities. Let's start with looking out from where we're standing. Can you see what Sucrose is doing?
Pues no,
And if you jumped from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there.
no creo.
So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into 1,000,000 fragments? Then I shouldn't get too excited. Still, we'll gain a more thorough understanding with... I know of a location that will be perfect for a physical test.
Vale, vamos a ese camino.
Good thing the vial's so strong.
A ver, ¿a dónde vamos? ¡Hala! Bien arriba, madre mía. Vale, toca escalar un rato. Igual con un poco de suerte puedo avanzar un poquito. ¡Uy! No demasiado, pero bueno, un poquito. Vamos para arriba. Vamos para arriba. Me voy a encender otra antorcha de estas. No voy a ser que lo necesite. ¿Y ahora qué? A ver.
You want us to jump from up here?
Tenemos las alas.
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is. Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when you reach the opposite shore of the lake. I will factor the time expended and your top speed into my comparative analysis.
The opposite side of the lake. So we're gonna be swimming?
Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively, using the method that seems most. Some of us would be unable to stand the icy waters. Others, no matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. For me, every detail is invaluable. Then if you would, please, I eagerly await.
Vale.
While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me?
Uy.
Recording data, responding to risks, providing emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No.
Oops.
Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh. Forget Paimon said anything.
Vale. Vamos. Ya está, ¿no? Sí, ya está. Es fácil. Oye, fácil.
Great work. I've never seen your reputation precedes you, traveler. The data shows that you're easily outperforming
But you followed us the whole way without...
me. Actually, I used alchemy to cheat a little.
¡Tramposo!
If it turns out that the natural laws of Tavad do not affect you, I should be able to make various inferences about the other world. If the natural laws of Tavad do affect you, then I shall be able to make the innumerable possibilities that this could present, the captivating insights. It would be something.
But how does this help your research?
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. When we return to the campsite, I should be able to show you something. I may be about to make some analogies between you and a few unusual gold, petrified trees, a sun 8 times the size of our own. The essence of the investigative process is enthralling, but such feelings are inevitably fleeting in nature. I'm willing to pour all my energy into research, and yet specimens are finite. As the unknown transitions into the realm of scientific understanding, the feeling of all these things that start out as objects of fascination end up possessing the prosaic mundanity of a sunsetia or a sweet flower.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to paint those hilly churros? Because you got to see some...
Precisely. To quote my exact words from earlier, these creatures are, for the most part, quite boring, not worth closer inspection. There is precious little about...
So after all these experiments, are we gonna be, like, boring to you?
Of course not. You have been of great assistance now. Before we head back to the campsite, there's one more...
Prueba de inteligencia, mal.
There are some other ruins nearby.
Esto va a ir mal. Una prueba de inteligencia... No. Esto está un poco lejos. Es que yo creo que aquí es que puedo pillar. ¿Antes dentro de la cueva, no? ¿O no? Ah, no. Ah, pues perfecto. Esto. Vale, te ahí la ulti sin querer. Dejadme en paz. ¡Hala! Sígueme ahora. Venga. ¡Vamos! ¡Sígueme! Cobarde. Vale, hay hogueras aquí abajo. Perfecto. Uy.
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during your travels.
Algunos.
I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capabilities, much as we did for the physical test. I'd like you to explore these ruins and return with your findings. There are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. After completion, you should be able to activate the mechanism in the center.
Vale.
As with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action I wish to remember that this is a test of intellect. So should you get lucky, let's see you in action.
Vale, o sea que hay uno por ese lado. Ah, vale, no, por aquí.
Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
La parte complicada va a ser... Ay, madre. Esto no me va a gustar. Dentro del frío. El pegar los saltitos bien. Ah, coño, espérate, si los Silly están ahí.
It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution.
Ah, no, vale. Vale, vale. Estos dos son para justamente esto de aquí. Sí, con esto ya está hecho. Así que primer desafío completado en principio. Nada, esto, ¿no? No. Vale. Ahora debemos buscar, vale, ahí tenemos un Silis aquí arriba. Esto lo bueno es que van dando calorcito. Y el frío lo pierdo. Te vas a poner ahí arriba, ¿verdad, cabrón? Ah, espérate, se me acaba de ocurrir una cosita.
Let it rain. Shine down.
Vale, este ya está aquí. Entonces, a lo otro debe poder ir desde aquí sin mucho problema. Si soy capaz de subir, sí, perfecto. Buah, llego de sobras. Está, ya este va a ir yendo, vale. Tira. Oh, ¿en serio?
Illusion shattered.
Ya está. Así que no subas, por el amor de Dios, no subas. Ay, de verdad. ¿Qué toca waves que son?
It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism.
¿Y esto qué va a activar? A ver.
Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to. Oh, seems that the water level has suddenly decreased. We should be able to see what's in the water now. Let's have a look.
Vamos a investigar un poquito más. Vale. Letras raras.
What's this? To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. There's still a lot to learn about them. And as for why, let me make a copy first. I'll make time to go over them.
Another thing for the don't understand list. Unsolvable mystery this, weird experiment that. It seems like if you want the reward, you gotta pay the price.
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Comparatively. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Paimon's kinda looking forward to seeing. Unless you can think of anything better to do, let's head back to the camp.
Not so fast. You're not leaving
No,
until
Rosalía.
I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is going on here.
You!
I most certainly did not. And I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders from a complete stranger, drinking anonymous potions, participating
Tiene un
in all
punto.
kinds of strange experiments. I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive. Or perhaps you were...
Sister Rosaria's guard's so high, she can't even see over the top of it.
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether his alchemy...
No way! Paimon would have sensed it. And any...
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense a thing. In any case, I'm not about to let a potential threat back into Mon.
So, what are you gonna do?
I've got to hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that nothing you came into contact with is dangerous. I've investigated everything else. The only
But we don't even know what...
That much is true. But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. Now then, all things considered, which is what I was hoping. I would have been one very unhappy sister if you'd made me work overtime on your account.
Overtime?
Huh?
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone. Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that. Huh.
Ya, vamos a seguir haciendo caso. Vamos para allá. ¡Para arriba!
You're back. Good timing. I've just about reached the conclusion. You took
Vale.
quite a while. Did you get held up on the way back? I wouldn't worry. Time for the results. We got a myriad of data today, but the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you is you're very much like a human from this world.
Gracias.
You couldn't tell that just by looking? We spent all day working our butts.
Please, I understand that this may have seemed self-evident to you. Have you ever considered that the world of Tevat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders? I mentioned the natural laws of this world. You're able to converse with me here without consequence. The only other life form that, like you, has come here from afar is the seed that I mentioned. But after I observed you, imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing.
¡Qué chulo!
The transition
Mola.
from nothing into something, from shoot to stem, and now to fruition.
¡Qué Quieres enviar carta pero no pega en ningún momento. Ay, madre.
Is not nurturing otherworldly life also nurturing the world itself?
Aw.
Fue hermoso. La verdad es que ha sido muy bonito.
It would seem that that's as far as we go. A transient bloom of...
Paimon thought with all our efforts, it might have bloomed forever. And it didn't even have any
Y
fruit.
efímero, correcto.
Life is a manifold tapestry of free entities. Its value shouldn't derive from how long it stays with us. Even a momentary burst is precious. A short life can be well lived. A life lived efficiently, lived to perfection. So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing here arguably being a small miracle?
Al menos no me he marchetado como las flores.
Huh? Things feel... Don't be sad. You've got Albedo. Paimon really wants to be your friend.
Thank you both. Even if dispelling loneliness is not essential for life, it's certain your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower bloom.
Soy un espécimen útil, sí.
The time I've spent traveling with you in the mountains was a valuable journey for me. In the future, if the need arises, can I solicit? Well, I made a point throughout of telling her how. And what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been there. What could it? Those born of earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are free of impurities. If one day I lose control, destroy Mondstadt.
What the fuck?
Can I rely on you to stop me?
A ver. Ahora supongo que la saca de todas las misiones de evento.
Paimon has a favor to ask him. It'd be great if we could catch Sucrose and Albedo too, but they seem really busy lately, so let's not get our hopes up. Anyway, let's go see.
A ver qué nos dice. Vale, vamos a la tienda de alquimia de Mondstadt. Vamos para allá. Ay, a ver si se desbloquea de una vez el evento como tal.
Hey, Tomate! Is that Albedo? Why is he leaving?
¿Habrá pasado algo?
Hey, it's the Traveler and Paimon.
Hello, you two. It's been a long time.
Were you having a really serious discussion right now?
Just a regular catch-up. We meet here once in a while to go through any recent developments in our research project.
So we just missed him. He didn't look in the best of moods just now, though. Was he upset about something?
Upset?
Yeah, he wasn't looking as usual.
Upset. Uh-oh. I wonder if...
What are you looking at me for?
I wonder if Timaeus' research topic is so boring that Albedo finally snapped.
Surely
Joder.
not. It's not that boring.
Por Itmaeus.
Nah. Anyway, Paimon wanted to...
A favor?
Well, Paimon found a bunch of super-duper sweet Sincerias in the mountains the other day. But if Paimon eats them all, then they'll all... Paimon was thinking maybe you could make a device that you put fruits in and it turns them into juice. That way, they'll be preserved for as long as Paimon needs.
O sea... ¿En serio, Paimon? ¿Me has hecho venir hasta aquí para esto? Ay.
Oh, yeah, I'm afraid...
Huh? Seems pretty straightforward to Paimon.
Paimon, I'm...
Okay.
I'm sorry. It doesn't sound like it falls within my area of expertise. I could give it a try if you really want, but...
Whoa, your tone is so calm, but your words are so terrifying.
Well, as you know, my focus is on bioalchemy. Besides, keeping things fresh forever is just not possible. If you just wanted to modify... Alchemists usually focus in on their own research areas. Take us, for example. Paimon, your idea is very imaginative. I don't think even Albedo can make such an incredible device. After all, alchemy is not mechanics. There is a big difference between the two.
A veces el bot hace el spam de los cofres de los cofres de los Streamloots.
In fact, before Albedo showed up, everyone in Mondstadt thought, of course, we know better now. But even then, I have to admit, alchemy is only one of the many wondrous arts in the world. It's certainly not some kind of
No te disculpes por las locuras de
magic that
Paimon.
can simply take a substance and
Paimon just wanted some fruit juice. What's wrong with that?
Oh, of course, these are just Timaeus' and my subjective opinions on the matter. If you're really intent on pursuing this wondrous, but I wouldn't get your hopes up.
He doesn't seem to be in a good mood today, though. What if he ignores us?
He won't. Albedo is not that kind of person.
Hey, so where is Albedo heading?
Unless he specifically says otherwise, Dragonspine is where he usually goes.
Then let's go to Dragonspine to find him.
Hay otra montañica. Anda bien. Pero... No, marca, vamos. Ah, vale, Goyo está aquí abajo. No había visto que era en la base de la montaña. ¡Hombre, Amber! ¿Cuánto tiempo?
This looks lively. What's the occasion? Let's go and have a look.
¿Qué hace esta? ¿Qué está haciendo esta del fondo? No sé qué estaba haciendo.
Fancy meeting you all the way out here. Amber? Cyrus? Halid? What's everyone doing at...
Oh, the Traveler is joining us too.
I agree. I feel much better with the Traveler joining us. Definitely the kind of person you want.
¿En dónde me he metido?
Paimon remembers most of these people are from the Adventurers Guild. Then again, it seems a certain Outrider is doing too.
The Adventurers Guild is holding winter training on dragons. As you know, our members have varying levels of adventure experience. Dragonspine, so we made a plan for senior members to pair up with junior members. This way, every adventurer can progress together. I've been working on this grand plan for
Interesante.
Outstanding adventurer. Surely you must be willing to...
Is the Adventurers Guild short on experience?
Well, that's part of it, actually. The other reason is, when I was patrolling the perimeter of Dragonspine, I found a lost
Hey, Joel.
I heard he lives here on the camp, so I escorted him back. I know.
Que había perdido a
I
su padre.
totally sympathize with how much Joel misses his family. Dragonspine is so bleak and deserted. It must... Anyway, I wanted to do something to cheer Joel up, so I said I'd build a snowman with him. It's something
Oh,
he
mi
enjoys doing.
muñeco de nieve.
It also gives me a chance to stay here for a while and help Cyrus out.
A mí quiero jugar con Joel. Quiero hacer un muñeco de nieve.
Thank you. Let's go meet up with Joel then. Oh, I invited another friend of mine to join. Hey, Cyrus, we've got to take off.
No problem. Go ahead. I still have some final checks to make. So, I will...
Habla con el solitario Joel. Madre mía, pobre niño. ¿Dónde estás? ¡Muchacho!
Hey, Joel, we're here. Hi, everyone. Are you here to build a snowman too?
Hazme un muñeco de nieve. Venga, vamos a jugar. Y hoy se pondrá a llover a saco.
Build a snow.
Esta es la que me han dejado antes.
Oh, sorry. I forgot. This is Eula, the Spindrift Knight and captain of the Knights of Favonius Reconnaissance.
Amber, you're being far too formal. The child is pleased. Just...
Okay, Auntie Eula.
Auntie
Auntie.
Eula?
Uh-oh. Eula's gonna add that to her
All right, if that's what you want to call me.
Whoa. Eula just let...
Amber,
Esta Eula no
what's
sé
this I
dónde
hear
ha
about a
salido.
snowman? I came to assist because you told me the adventurers...
Yeah, that's something else. But look, Joel's at the age where he should be having... He used to build snowmen with his dad. And since his dad's not around, besides Eula, it's gotta be more fun than taking an ice bath all by yourself. Let's combine our forces and build ourselves a huge snowman. It'll be a ton of fun.
Yep. Count time on it.
Auntie Eula, are you too busy to... If so, it's okay.
No, nothing like that. My mind was on something else, that's all.
Then let's get started. First, we need to split up into...
Venga, vamos a hacer un muñeco de nieve.
You and Eula can be on the other... Hey, Joel, see that huge tree over there? Wanna race me there? Yeah, let's do it!
Pero Espina Dragón es un sitio peligroso para niños.
Wow. It's hard to tell which of them is having more fun. Hey, what's up with you two? Why are you just staring at each other without saying anything?
Well... Joel probably hasn't spent much of his life in the city. He doesn't know me. And he doesn't know what the Lawrence name means to the people in Mondstadt.
Right. That's why he calls you
True. In his eyes, I'm just another... It was a surprise, but not in a
No
bad
sé dónde ha
way.
salido esta. Y no sé, lo de la familia de Lawrence esta no... Igual forma parte de la parte de Inazuma o yo qué sé. Entonces, hagamos un muñeco de nieve.
That's the thing. I have never built a snowman before. My up and after I grew up, of course. It's not the sort of...
Oh no! Paimon's starting to feel sorry for Eula.
You sound confident. Enough small talk for now. I see we have a member of...
Greetings. We have a slight problem here. We've done a head count, and it turns out that we have an odd number of participants. How it happened was, we originally asked Fischl to be an instructor.
Oh.
She was busy with something outside of Mondstadt during this. Thank goodness you...
Oh, hello. My name is Gerald.
In that case... Fine. But for...
Huh? Pay for what?
Es confiar en las habilidades de Eula. No la conozco de nada, pero puedes confiar en ella.
I'm ready and willing to...
Good. Then if anybody else signs up later, I may have to ask for your help as well.
Venga, pero deja de molestar, anda. Tengo que hacer un muñeco de nieve.
Back to Eula.
Porque quiero hacer un muñeco de nieve.
Oh, okay. To be honest, Eula really is the best candidate for an instructor. Most people would find it hard to cope. Oh, now Paimon gets it. We were supposed to find supplies, but now Eula's busy with other stuff, and,
Venga, vamos a pasar de recoger materiales para... Anda, huevo, de verdad. Paimon me lleva por el camino del mal.
We should keep moving, but watch your step in the snow.
strange. Didn't they say they were going? Did we get here too late? Have they moved?
Uy.
Hurry!
Bueno, a saber dónde viene el sonido. Ahora mismo no lo oigo. Ah, si lo tengo que señalar en el mapa. Estoy tonto. A ver si vamos para arriba.
It's coming from that direction!
¡Vamos!
underestimated whatever was behind.
I know that voice.
Albedo.
What brings you to Dragonspine?
Oh, so it was
All along.
On the way here, we kept hearing weird noises. And if honestly, you really gave us the creeps. If you're bored up here, go find some.
The things you felt and heard could easily be attributed to animals, or bandits perhaps. You should be wary at all times in this environment. So, what business brought you here?
We actually came to look for you. But then it turned into looking for Amber. But now we've met you.
Your thought process is rather chaotic, as is the way...
Hey! How dare you! All Paimon's trying to...
Oh, is that so? Then it must surely be something of great importance. I'm all ears.
A ver.
He seems to be in a better mood than we thought, right?
Queremos algo que haga zumos.
Timaeus' stupidity doesn't really get to him after all? Huh.
That's okay if you can't tell me about it. Just treat this as an opportunity.
So basically, the truth is we're here on adventure.
Venga.
Oh,
Hay que hacer un muñeco de nieve.
So, you foisted the rookie off onto Eula. So
We're not goofing around. And you
Más o menos.
are the right person for the job. What about you then, huh? What are you doing on Dragonspine?
a friend commissioned me to do some artwork recently, and I have yet to finish. I came here because...
Raw materials?
Paint. Star silver can be used to make high-quality silver paint.
Joder, el argento estelar sirve para todo.
So I'll collect some ore while I'm here.
Ore can be used to make paint.
Yes, but you have to be selective. Even with a high level of impurities, star silver still contains fine silver-colored particles, but they lack luster, which impacts the color saturation of the pigment made from them.
Interesting. So, paint aside, can you talk about how you find inspiration?
You want to learn to paint?
No, not for me. For the traveler. Paimon wants the traveler to learn how to paint.
Pero bueno, Paimon, o sea... Vaya vaga, de verdad.
During our travels, we sometimes have nights where there's nothing to do. It sure be nice to do something memorable. Painting is a great example because it can capture...
Pero tengo una cámara selfie, ya está, con eso ya nos vale.
It's definitely a worthwhile skill to have. Yep, why not? Once you mastered it, you can paint Paimon.
No, gracias.
Not a bad idea. Well, since you two would like to learn more...
Sounds great! Oh, she'll be fine. She is a Knight of Favonius after all. Let's go! It's so cold out. Paimon wants to get to the camp and warm up, but...
Para el poco trayecto que hay, paso de intentar coger el teletransportador. Wing. Es que el teletransportador me traía aquí, o sea, tampoco es que avanzara demasiado. Uy. ¿No? Que me voy. A ver, ¿qué nos encontramos ahora? ¡Hola! Vaya fiestuga que han tenido por aquí, ¿no?
It's gotta be.
Some things are missing.
Nothing valuable, hopefully.
It's hard to say their value, but some of my alchemy notes are missing.
Alchemy notes? Would they fetch a high price?
To the uninitiated, they are merely scraps of paper. But for someone who knows what they're doing, the knowledge...
So you're saying only someone who knows alchemy would have stolen them? But the only people who come to Dragonspine are adventurers.
I feel the same way. However, Helitril break-ins and other such incidents are not unheard of on Dragonspine.
Footprints?
¡Hala! Seguir más huellas. Madre mía. Este evento es largo de narices.
Can't have made it far.
Let's chase them down. We can't let them get away.
Oh, la introducción al evento, mejor dicho.
From the entrance, the footprints go that way.
Oh, that thieving thief!
que no hace falta que me ponga con la visión elemental.
The footprints lead up there.
So they scaled the cliff. Okay, after them.
Arriba. Arriba.
Judgment.
Necesito una hoguerita o algo. Uf, muy mal. Uy, por los pelos. A ver, ya que estamos, venga, vamos a aprovechar.
Illusion shattered. No one escapes my sight. There is no escape.
Ay, me ha cagado un poco.
Punishment. What a nuisance.
Ay, que encima lo tengo a la curandera ahora mismo.
You can't run.
Va a ser un combate largo.
Shine down.
Hago la leche.
From the world.
Va a ser un combate largo.
Lights out. You can't run. Judgment. No escape. You can't run.
Au.
Judgment. Prepare to be blown away.
No. Ah,
Shiver.
creo que voy a dejar el combate este, ¿eh? Es que voy muy mal preparado para esto. Voy a continuar. Voy a continuar para adelante.
Footprints on the snow are so hard to notice. So easy to lose track completely.
That's why we have to hurry.
Huh? The footprints stop here.
Our thief must have jumped from the cliff. Get your wind glider ready. You're going down.
Ya está.
Here.
Ah, no llevo a la que me cura. Y claro, pues con eso ya.
We're heading to the cavern. Ooh, let's go in.
Wait. I'll go in alone. Traveler, this cavern has 2 points of entry, and there are shortcuts inside. Judging from the state of the footprints, he has...
Cut him off at both ends. Good.
Whoever apprehends the thief first has to notify the other party. Still, safety comes first. We do not yet...
We'll be fine.
Okay. See you shortly. Of course.
Venga. A ver si me puedo ponerme a.
I wonder if I'll be
Me
able
parece
to
que no voy a
find
poder.
thieves. Really? Huh. Maybe it just feels like a lot. Why don't we find something to do to pass the time? You know, something. Oh, look at all that star silver over. It's right next to the cavern, so we won't be going far. Yay! Let's get started.
Venga. Ah, puedo cambiar, perfecto. Perfecto. A ti.
I'll take care
Aunque
of
aquí tampoco es que tenga mucho sentido el tener a esta, pero bueno. Vamos a resucitar a un Raiden.
it. Ready, steady.
Tiramos esto, que ya cura bastante. Y con esto ya curamos casi del todo.
This stuff looks kinda lackluster. Is that because of the impurities like Albedo was talking about? Hey, this one's not bad.
Vamos a darnos calorcico.
Let the show be. Alright, this should be enough. So finally you're back.
Yes. Sorry. I was unable to catch him.
Oh, so after all that, still, we won't be going back completely empty.
Mining?
Yeah, for Star Silver. It's just like you said. Some are really bright and
Star Silver. I was merely saying what was on the front of...
Well, you said they can be turned into paint, so we got... Also, if it weren't for that thief, we'd be making paint by anyway. It's all the thief's fault for wasting...
Yes, it's all the thief's fault. The notes mean a lot to me. I'm not quite ready to give up the search yet.
Oh, just one thing. Do you want us to bring all this ore back, or did you want to sort through? There's no point in bringing the bad ones back if it'll ruin the quality of the paint. Some of them...
Indeed. The sorting process is necessary. Humans are such practical creatures. They only want those things that are good. Once they have useless things, should be disposed of at the outset.
Right! Saves a lot of time that way. Efficiency first.
Creo que no está hablando de los pigmentos.
Help! Help me! Wait! Did you guys hear that? Was that... It's likely an adventure indeed? Okay.
Es Joel. ¿Dónde está Joel? Buen muchacho. Espera que me caliente un poco.
I'll protect us.
Estará aquí arriba. Ah, no. Parece que está en el campamento.
Definitely coming from around here. Is anybody there? Help me!
A ver, si es Bennett, ¿no? Este.
Wait.
Is that the traveler in Paimon?
Bennett.
It's me, Bennett!
Esto lo manejaba antes.
It's really him! Let's get him out!
So sorry to trouble you guys again. The key should be someplace nearby.
Busquemos la llavecita. ¿Puede que esté por aquí? A ver, chicos, esto como Dora la exploradora. ¿Veis la llave por algún lado? ¿Dónde está la llave? Por favor, ayudarme a encontrar la llave. Nada, dejar de hacer el idiota.
So much clutter. Oh, we're not gonna find the key here, surely.
Pues no, de 3 no estaba. Ala. O igual sí. ¿Dónde estará la llave? ¿Estará por aquí? ¿Estará tal vez por aquí? ¿O puede que esté por aquí? ¡Uy! ¡Hola! Cago en la leche. Merche. Ah, como odio a los gordos esos, de verdad. Madre mía. Son unos pelmazos estos.
We were searching around for nothing.
Oh, una zanahoria. ¿Será la zanahoria la llave para abrir la jaula?
Finally, I'm out. If only there hadn't been rocks mixed in with the snow on the tree, it wouldn't have made me all dizzy when it fell down onto my...
Bennett? In a cave?
I won't bore you with the rest of the details. Just me being
Yep, taking them out was child's play.
You did? I know they were probably just following orders. But still, thanks for helping me out.
So what are you doing on Dragonspine?
Did you hear about the Adventurers Guild thing? They're hosting a winter camp here. As one of their
Ah, mira, ya, el veterano que nos faltaba.
And as the leader of Benny's adventure team, as well as the only actual member. But now I've been stuck here for so long, I probably missed it.
Oh! Wait, if so, sorry, Bennett, but you...
What? Weren't they short on instructors? Weren't they...
A few people from the Knights of Favonius stepped up in order to help support...
Knights of Favonius? Yeah, they're definitely more reliable.
Right. Anyway, that was just the situation when we last saw them. It might have changed by now. Besides, after all the trouble you've gone to show up as an instructor...
Really?
For sure. Hey, wait a second. Where'd Albedo go?
Albedo? You mean the alchemist from the...
No, he just happened to be on Dragonspine. We were just with him, but then we heard you calling for help. He must have left us at some... Could he have gone back to keep... Let's go back to the cavern and... I'll protect us. Still no sign of Albedo. This is weak.
This is great! Dragonspine's so fun today. There's so many people.
This was where we heard Bennett's cry for help, right? We heard his voice and went straight over to rescue him. Then we...
Wait, what?
What are you talking about?
Albedo? Where the heck...
I should be the one to ask you that. Didn't I tell you to stay at the cavern entrance?
O sea, que estábamos hablando con Albedo antes.
I'm not really following who was waiting for who and who... I apologize, Albedo. I don't fully
No. Bennett, this is not because of Traveler. Clear this up for me.
There you are. Stay right there. You have a lot of...
What? Me?
Huh? You, huh? Aren't...
Yes, that's what I would be doing. If I hadn't been Albedo, I saw you taking Joel towards the wasteland at the edge of Dragonspine. That place is crawling with monsters.
Whoa, wait a second. What's going on? Actually...
When I came to stop you from leading Joel any further, your first reaction was to throw the child down and attack me. When I fought back, you
I see.
Interesting.
You, it sounds like you met an imposter.
Impersonating you. To what end?
It is difficult to draw a definitive conclusion for now. But...
Interesante.
Your alchemy
Cuanto
notes were
menos.
stolen. Can the Traveler and Paimon...
Yes, we can
As things stand, I don't have any reason to harm the child. Whoever you met is likely to be both the thief who stole... Of course, it's entirely natural for... I was separated from the Traveler and Paimon for a significant duration while we were pursuing the thief. My word alone cannot serve as a definitive account, but the Traveler and Paimon can at least testify that I was not the individual who tore up the camp.
Albedo, do you have any enemies? Could it be one of your enemies?
I don't have any enemies. And I'm not a... There is insufficient evidence to assert what happened with any certainty at this point. Given how serious the situation is, I won't discourage your ongoing suspicion of me if you can't believe my story. Though, naturally, Traveler, Paimon, Bennett, if I am what this imposter wants, he will come looking for me.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, as preposterous as your claims sound. And I will keep Joel safe. If you need any support with the investigation.
You have my gratitude.
As far as Amber goes, I will...
Eula! Eula! Where are you?
Amber, we're here!
Eula! Oh, and Traveler, Paimon, Albedo, and Bennett. I'm glad I ran into you here. Cyrus was telling me you still hadn't shown up.
Yeah, I ran into a little trouble.
Sure thing. Well, now that I found you, let's go check in with Cyrus. But before that, has something...
Between us, there have been a few minor incidents.
Oh!
Mira, cuánto hablar en este evento.
Yeah. It's my fault, really. All because of my...
So, it's all set then? Great! Shall we head back down together? I did...
Sure, I'm ready to...
Very well. Let's go.
And then there were 3...
Traveler, can we talk somewhere else? Let's go to my camp.
Vaya. Ya tengo la ulti de estas y vamos a lanzarlo. Que una cura nunca viene mal. Ah, vale, es una zona de pesca eso. La cosa más rara es que sale el haz de luz, pero no, es simplemente porque es es una zona de pesca esa, y bueno, yo de momento creo que no puedo pescar, pero había pececillos. Ahora que nos cuenta el muchacho.
My camp is somewhere that we can talk openly, without reservation.
Whoa. What a mess!
Thank you.
¿En serio? Vamos a ponernos a... Venga, a ordenar.
I've been absorbed in my research lately and haven't attended to the dusting. It's due for a cleaning.
Yep, that should do it.
Thank you.
Qué fácil es ordenar aquí.
Now that everything is in order,
You look really serious right now.
I remember I once told you that you must have questions. And that I also said that, while I did not wish to deceive you, I am a synthetic human being. A human
Ooh.
forged by human hand. The one who created me, my mother and teacher. Her name is Rhine-daughter, a researcher from Conria, also known as Gold.
A synthetic human? What the... How the heck...
When the pinnacle of attainment in alchemy is combined with unimaginably vast learning, the apex achievement is the creation of human...
When you say Conria...
I am indeed somewhat older than my appearance might suggest. But when I came into being, Conria had already been destroyed. My master raised me and taught me everything. Like her, I am a pure alchemist. I live for academic knowledge. Nationality and identity are not what old... Traveler, what is your general feeling toward Dragonspine? You've visited numerous times now. Would you say... Rhine-daughter created two miraculous beings. One is me, and the other is the venomous dragon, Durin, who died here.
Durin?
Ooh.
So that makes you guys...
As sons of Rhine-daughter, Durin and I are indeed the phenomenon of our creation defies definition within the scope of a typical human worldview.
Aún
But
así tiene
if
su
we
propia
may
visión.
tentatively call it birth.
Speaking of Durin, Paimon remembers that his power...
That's right. Because of this, whenever strange things happen on Dragonspine, it always makes me wonder. For instance, the feeling of being watched that you describe.
Oh, right! Paimon knows when Eula and the others were here just now, the Traveler gave me a look as if to say, don't say anything. Probably because... But Paimon noticed that you came out of the cavern not too long after going in. And you told us that you did... Then we heard Bennett calling for help, so we went to rescue him. But strangely...
So, it seems that you and my imposter...
Well, if so, it was a pretty good impression. He had you down to a T. Also, after he left us...
Perhaps Duran's power drives people to madness. Whether someone is impersonating me or there is another false me out there. This is a cursed tale, and it is not one who's traveler. Perhaps you should return to Mondstadt if you have no further business here. The work that lies ahead will occupy me completely. I'm afraid I will be unable...
Yeah, we're Dragonspot. If there's something really bad going on, we can't just leave you here to deal with it up. Besides, there's no one else in Mondstadt that you can talk to about this. Sucrose and Timaeus don't know you're... Yeah, don't push us away at a time like...
All right. Thank you. You were intending to participate in that winter camp, if I recall correctly. In that case, please join in the activities of the Adventurers Guild as planned. And be on the lookout for any leads while you're at it.
We'll be sure to pass the info straight on...
Good. Then we're agreed.
Okay, let's split up to look for clues. Then meet...
Sounds good to me. But please, whatever happens...
Perfecto. Vale, ahora ya empieza el evento, madre mía. Ha tomado tiempo, ¿eh? Vamos a ver lo que tiene el evento. La descripción. Completa varios desafíos en Inspirador y consigue insignias, pisanieves e insignias de la victoria que podrás canjear por objetos. Sí, sí, ahora es cuando ya por fin empieza el evento como tal. Hasta ahora era la introducción. Alcanza el rango de aventura 20 y completa la misión por un mañana sin lágrimas. Para acceder a la misión, el informe de investigación del viajero. Completa el informe de investigación del viajero y perdido en la montaña para poder participar en sombras de nieve y polvo. Durante el evento, el rango de aventura necesario para recibir la misión y el informe de investigación del viajero se reducirá a 20. Vale. Cuando el evento canje insignias tal... Vale, cuando finalice el evento, las insignias que no se hayan canjeado desaparecerán y no se puede acceder a la tienda. Vamos a ver qué tiene la tienda. Alcajés, material y refinamiento. Vale, bueno. Vale, os parece que son todos materiales y elementos de... Vale, para experiencia y unidades de refinamiento. Vale. ¿Y qué más tenemos por aquí? Nacidos de la nieve. Eso tiene pinta de ser lo del muñeco de nieve, ¿no? Muñeco de nieve número 1. Durante el entrenamiento en Espina Dragón podrás conseguir componentes de muñeco de nieve. Al obtener esos componentes podrás completar un gordi muñeco de nieve. Qué bueno. Vale, dan recompensa, uso de cinabrio. La habilidad elemental aumenta en una cantidad de 40% de la defensa. Oh, mira. Ah, curioso. Nieves gemelas. Los 3 muñequitos. Y la brigada de las nieves. Qué bueno esto. Cabrón. Vale. Estoy mirando un poco a ver qué es lo que... Los voy a comprar un muñeco de nieve, que son cabeza, mano, gorros, ojos, narices y bufandas. Para poder colocar el gorro, los ojos, la nariz, primero necesitarás una cabeza. Y chuli. Cuando completes varios gordos y muñecos de nieve, obtendrás las recompensas correspondientes. Durante y después del evento podrás llevarte a tu relajatera los cuerpos. Bueno, sí, esto es lo del el housing. Que yo todavía no lo tengo desbloqueado. Vale, componentes. Tenemos aquí muchos componentes para ir jugando con ellos. Vale, esto por un lado. Y luego tenemos entrenamiento de espina dragón. ¿Y esto cómo va? Entrenamiento de agilidad, descenso veloz. Vale. Esto es ir consiguiendo puntos y tal para ir avanzando. Entrenamiento de rastreo organizado especialmente por el gremio de aventureros. Según ellos, el rastreo es una habilidad muy importante para los aventureros. Y entrenamiento de combate organizado por el gremio de aventureros. Dicen que usar el cebo atraerá a muchos enemigos. Al principio el cebo que en el campamento está en modo fuente de frío. Beneficiación de los regulares. Tu personaje cubre el frío extremo más rápidamente. Si vas a encontrar cuarzos carmesí o activar ciertos mecanismos de los alrededores, puedes cambiar el estado en el cebo. Vale, pues vamos a empezar por este de agilidad. Vale, tengo aquí un punto de teletransporte, así que perfecto. ¿Qué es esto? Activa el mecanismo para comenzar el entrenamiento especial de agilidad. Cuando empieces, seguir las instrucciones para avanzar. A veces aparecerán bendiciones en el circuito. Las bendiciones de viento mejoran la capacidad de salto de tus personajes y las bendiciones férreas permiten que tu personaje rompa los pilares de hielo que hay a su alrededor. La puntuación que obtienes en el entrenamiento especial depende del tiempo que tardes en completarlo y de las insignias de aventurero e insignias de conquista que recojas. Vale, algunas insignias de aventura estarán escondidas en alguna parte del circuito y tendrás que buscarlas detenidamente para encontrarlas. Vale, básicamente es una carrera e ir pillando las moneditas que vas encontrando. Vale, pues comienza el desafío. ¡Vamos! ¡Uy! ¡Hola! ¡Ay! Mierda, no he pillado a todos. Vale, bueno, supongo que si voy destruyendo todo, vale, este tiene... Vale, lo que me interesan son los que... Ay, me he quedado sin estamina. Mierda. Vale. A menos no me hacen daño y simplemente me frenan un pelín. Vale. Uy. La carrerita esta parece larga. Venga, voy por ahí. Y finalizado, venga. ¿Cómo ha ido? Oh, creo que era la mejor medalla, ¿no? Parece ser. Creo que ha ido bastante bien. A ver. ¿Qué dicen por ahí? ¿Lo he hecho bien o no lo he hecho bien? Sí, lo he hecho muy bien. Ole, oye, pues unas cuantas recompensas bastante buenas. No está mal. Vale, venga, ahora vamos con este. Entrenamiento de deseo organizado especialmente por el gremio aventurero. Según ellos, el rastreo es una habilidad muy importante para... Contacta todos los montones de hielo que hay en la zona de entrenamiento para completar esta sesión. Al derretero se podrá encontrar componentes de muñeco de nieve para hacer gordimuñecos de nieve. Vale, pues vamos para ello. Vale, la mejor opción es este. Venga, por ahí. Antes de activar el desafío. Salamos calorcico. Derrite todos los montones de hielo de la zona de entrenamiento para completar el entrenamiento de rastreo. Al derretir algunos montones de hielo, encontrarás componentes de muñeco de nieve. Consideras al menos un componente de cada tipo si completas todo ese entrenamiento de rastreo. Vale, pero eso va sin tiempo. ¡Uy! ¡Hostia! Ya he conseguido aquí... Como odio los... malditos bichos estos. Al menos es sin tiempo esto, eso mola.
Illusion shot.
Give me a go.
Judgment. You can't run.
My work finished.
Vale, lo bueno es que voy con Amber, así que... Voy obteniendo piececillas, eso mola. Llevo 4, este sería el quinto. Vale. Nadie ha visto nada. Tampoco nadie ha visto nada. Serían 7. Más componentes. Me falta uno.
Shine down. Shouldn't get careless. Judgment. Ready, steady, go. You need a hurry. Illusion shattered. This one's well done.
I see how it is.
You can't run. Judgment. Punishment. Let the show begin.
Vamos a calentarnos un poquito. Y... Vale, ya estamos. Pues será ese de ahí, el que me falta. Sí. Completado. Vale, eso quiere decir que si vengo aquí voy a pillar la recompensa. Correcto. Recoger. Ah, ya tenemos más desafíos, venga. Pero antes de esto, vamos a mirar a ver tema muñecos de nieve. Hacer algo de muñeco de nieve. Ah, vale, tengo que ir hasta ahí. Vale, pues entonces, ¿cómo vamos de tiempo? Vamos bien. Vamos a hacer el siguiente. Este no puedo. Se desbloquea tras 2 días. Vale. Pues nada, hacemos el siguiente de estos. Que parecen fáciles, más o menos. O sea, simplemente es ir andando por los alrededores y descongelando cachos de hielo.
Bet you can't keep up with me. Shine down. Yeah. Judgment. Yeah.
Vale. ¿Dónde más tenemos? Quieta. Los 6. Faltan 2. Ahí están. Vale, pues ahora otro más hecho. ¿Puedo hacer otro más? No, parece que no. Vale, pues yo voy a intentar hacer este, a ver si soy capaz de hacerlo. Que no lo sé. No, está uno al lado del otro, así que... Coño, hay otro transporte. A ver de qué va el desafío este en concreto. Bueno, no me ha terminado de quedar muy claro de qué iba. Ya que estoy, vamos a pillar un poco de argento estelar. En los campamentos de los entrenamientos de combate hay instalados unos cebos. Al principio el cebo está en modo fuente de frío, emite aire frío que aumenta la velocidad en la que se acumula el frío extremo de tus personajes. También otorga una bonificación de crío, independiente a los enemigos cercanos que inventan su supervivencia. Cerca de los cebos hay 3 mecanismos. Cuando un personaje ataca un mecanismo mientras lleva un cuarzo carmesí, dicho mecanismo se activará. Tras activar los 3 mecanismos, el cebo cambiará a modo de fuente de calor y reducirá el frío extremo acumulado. Vale, vamos a encontrar cuarzo carmesí cerca de la ubicación del cebo. Perfecto. Si el desafío comienza después de haber cambiado el cebo al modo de fuente de calor, los personajes tienen los siguientes... Vale, personaje en uso. Regenerará cierta cantidad de energía elemental en intervalos regulares. Golpear a un enemigo mientras llevas un cuarzo carmesí. Además de liberar toda su energía de una vez, también se genera una onda de choque en la ubicación. Vale. Vale, está aquí abajo. O sea que sí. Necesito en primer lugar de estos cuarzos carmesí. Vale, aquí hay uno de los que tengo que atizar. Uy, perdón, esto no es lo que quería atizar yo. Nos tenemos por aquí otro. Vamos aquí y me falta el tercero y ya está. Esto es casi preferible empezar con esto ya en modo calor. Hala, venga, pues empiezo bien.
There is no escape. You can't run. Shine down. What a nuisance.
Ay, me cago en la leche. No puede ser. Ah, pelmazo, de verdad.
Illusion shattered. Punishment. Now you shall perish.
Joder, solamente llevo 6 derrotados, madre mía.
Shine down. Inazuma shines eternal. No one escapes by illusion shattered.
Ya está, ¿no? Madre mía, qué pesadilla. A ver, parece que trae otro desafío más de estos. Vale, no te preocupes, si terminaré en breve. O sea, en cuanto haga este otro por aquí, que supongo que solamente tendrá este más y ya, ¿no? Si se bloquean 2 días, sí que sí. Bueno, ya veremos si me matan mucho o no. No prometo nada. Vamos a ver.
Come on, we can do it.
Now you shall perish.
Illusion shattered.
Let it rain.
Lights out.
Inazuma shines eternal.
You can't run.
Y se acabó. Ay, otro fuera. Pues con esto yo creo que ya he terminado con los eventillos estos. Así que vamos a hacer el primer gordo de muñeco. Ya lo dejamos con el primer gordo de muñeco hecho y preparado. A ver si lo hacemos que sea feliz, al menos. Puedes conseguir componentes de muñeco de nieve. Tras obtenerlos puedes hacer gordos de muñecos de nieve en el campamento. También puedes enviar componentes a tus amigos o recibir los que te envíen ellos en la interfaz del evento. Los tipos de componentes de muñeco, vale, que sí. Cuando completes varios gordos de muñeco, vale, eso ya es lo que nos habían explicado. Hacer gordo de muñeco de nieve. Vale, pero esto lo puedo hacer como me salga de las narices o... Vamos, para hacer esto de los eventos... No, simplemente dice completa un gordo de muñeco de nieve. Vale, o sea, cada uno es en plan de un... Vale, o sea, los puedo crear como me salga de las mismas narices. Me gusta este. Vale, vale, aquí ahora pongo a manos. Ay, con la escoba mola. Un gorrete. Hombre, con un gorrete bueno. Qué chuli. ¿Y ojos tengo? Ah, sí, sí que tengo. Hostia, este da un poco más... Este da mal rollo. Me gusta más este. Hay una nariz también le puedo poner. O sea, con esto ya he hecho el primer gordo muñeco, ¿no? ¿O no? ¿O no cuenta? ¿Por qué no cuenta este gordo muñeco? Si he hecho uno. O sea, tiene una cabeza, manos, gorro, bufanda. Ah, no, bufanda no, me la he saltado. Ojos y nariz, ¿no? Ya está todo, ¿no? Ahora sí. Ahora sí que debería de completarse. Supongo. Ahora sí. ¡Yay! Fíjame a mí una espada chula. ¡Para mí! ¡Ole! Ah, vale, o sea, para el siguiente simplemente es... Vale, es un gordo y muñeco adicional y ya está. Vale, vale, o sea, no es en plan de para ese que hacer dos empezando de cero de nuevo. Vale, perfecto. Qué chachi. Vale, pues con esto y un bizcocho creo que ya tenemos todo esto. Termina de hacer un muñeco de nieve en el evento Sombras de Nieve y Polvo. Pues, ala, subimos el nivel también de pase de batalla. Estuplendi. Así que nada, pues yo creo que lo voy a ir dejando ya por aquí con el amigo de aquí. Nuestro primer gordo de muñeco de nieve. Y nada, bueno, pues muchas gracias a los que hayáis podido estar por aquí. Siempre es de agradecer. Y nada, bueno, la semana que viene seguiremos con más directos. Ya sabéis, martes, miércoles y jueves, de 7:30 a 9:30. Son estos directos, unas 2 horitas más o menos. Tampoco hay que pasarse. Y nada, espero veros en la próxima. Hasta más ver.